Today I'm going to be doing a full review and lip swatch video of the new Too Faced Melted Metal Liquefied Metallic Lipsticks. I have all 8 new shades to share with you guys. I'm doing lip swatches as well as swatches on my hands, and I'm going to do the full review first. So if you just want to skip ahead to the swatches, I will have a little skip ahead annotation. And as always with my reviews, I like to start off talking about the packaging first. So this is the same amount of ounces as the original melted liquefied lipsticks. The only difference is the caps. The new melted metal ones are more of a metallic cap, and this is a more matted cap. So hopefully you can see that. Little shiny. Same exact amount of ounces, same exact shape and size, and it does also have that sponge applicator for the tip. I feel like that's really comfortable. It allows easy application, and I've always liked that about the melted lipsticks. So still, that gets a thumbs up for me in the packaging department. The color of the tube is pretty much exactly the same color as what will be on your lips. The metallic lipsticks definitely are not as long wearing as the originals, but they are not marketed to be so. They're not marketed as a long wear lipstick. However, they do still stay pretty well. I'd say about 4 hours, depending if you're eating or drinking. You probably will have to reapply after eating or drinking. But for the most part, I think they wear very nice on my lips. The only issue I did have with the wear for these was the darker shades did seem to wear away in the inside a little, and then it gives you that, you know, circle around your lips, so that's not super flattering. The nudes, that wasn't as obvious with, you know, for me it wasn't as obvious, but the darker colors were pretty obvious. So it's not that big of a deal, just reapply a little bit, you know, in the center of your lips. To me that's not a big deal, but I definitely wanted to give that as a point for you when you're comparing these two babies. These are not staining for me. I didn't really see any staining, whereas the original melted lipsticks, I did see that happen a lot. It would stain my lips and wear very long. Like I said before, there are 8 shades in the range. I do have all 8 that I'm going to swatch for you. The nudes, there are about 4 kind of neutral colors and also pinks, and then there are 4 like deeper, more fuchsia, purpley, and plum colors that are definitely more vibrant. I find that the first 4 shades I'm going to show you are the most metallic and really have a strong pop factor. I actually mixed 2 different colors on my lips. I have the metallic Debutante and the metallic Macaron, and I really love using the Debutante, which I have in my hand right now, on top of other lipsticks. Not just mixing them with the metallic Too Faced lipsticks, but just on top of my other regular lipsticks to give it that really fun sheen. What's really neat about these lipsticks is even though they are luster, metallic looking, very, very strong lustery sheen to the lips, they are not gritty at all. In fact, they feel super smooth on my lips. Like when I put my lips together, they always feel so soft and plush, never gritty. However, another thing I want to mention is that these don't really ever set on my lips. The other melted lipsticks tend to set down and stay because of that factor, and I think that's why these aren't as long wearing, because they don't really set down on my lips. But because of that, they're not super drying at all. If you are not a fan of a sheen or a strong metallic luster, these obviously aren't going to be for you because they are metallic lipsticks, and I feel like they're so innovative because they give such dimension to your lips without it being drying or feeling like paste on your lips. Like, these feel so soft on your lips. And I just think they're so unique. I've never used a product that gives this kind of dimension and sheen to my lips. It's just so fun. I will mention though that if you have dry lips, you may not like these because it will kind of settle into lines in your lips. So you definitely want to make sure to exfoliate and make sure maybe put a balm on if you feel like you have deep set lines in your lips. Maybe a lip primer before using these. I definitely feel like the more neutral shades I'm going to show you first do that a little bit more than the darker colors do. Also, these are more of a sheer buildable formula. Definitely not as pigmented at first swipe as the original melted lipsticks are. I had to build it up quite a bit to get this bright of a color. So that's definitely a negative for me. I think the reason they might have done that though is because then you can control how much of a sheen you're going to have. So if you wanted to apply these on top of a lipstick, it's perfect because it's not going to be overly pigmented. So that might have been intentional on their part, I'm not really sure. But don't expect to have like bam pigment right away. You do kind of have to build it up. One or two of the shades, I did have an issue getting it completely even, and I will speak to that when I do the swatches. And last thing I want to speak to before going on to the swatches is the scent and smell of these. I know that's a big factor for some of you. So the scent to me is kind of like a vanilla, like soft vanilla scent, but it's kind of almost like, you know when you had Cabbage Patch Kids, they have that kind of like sweet scent to them? I don't know, that's what I kind of think of when I smell these. That might be super weird, I don't know. I like it, so I don't know if that would not be a good thing for some of you. It doesn't taste weird at all. It doesn't have a like gross, plasticky, fake lipstick taste to it. I honestly don't even notice it when I have them on. It feels just like my lips. It's very comfortable on. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and start off with some swatches. These are the first four. These are the more neutral pinks and corals. They are the softer shades in the collection. And they all start with Melted Metallic and the name. I'm not going to say that every time, I'm just going to say the name. So this one is Peony, and this is a really beautiful nude soft pink. It definitely packs some good color though. It's not going to really make your lips look super washed out. And I'm going to do pretty strong swatches so you can see this, but as you can see, I am really building up the color. Now this one is definitely super metallic. I'm probably going to have to do close-ups for you guys. This one is definitely very metallic. Most of these have a more golden sheen to them, except for one or two, which I will mention, but this does have that golden sheen to it, and it's super metallic and lustery. It's very pretty. Next is Bunny, and this is a brighter, more blue-toned pink. I really love mixing this one with others. This one is so bright and fun. I know a lot of you are gonna really love that one. It's just super bright. And again, this has more of a warm golden undertone of a sheen. Next is Debutante, and it's what I have on top of Macaron. I love this to put on top of my lipsticks. It has such a beautiful, glowy look to it. I think this is gonna be so pretty in the summertime. It almost looks like NARS Orgasm in liquid form. It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. I don't necessarily like it so much on its own on me, at least not right now. Maybe if I get a tan during the summer, it's just a little too much on its own, but I do like it just like in the center on top of other lipsticks. The next one is Tutu, and this is just a really fun, brighter pinky coral. Again, has more of a yellow golden sheen undertone. You can just see that there's such a sheen to these. So again, we have Peony, Bunny, Debutante, and Tutu. And I hope you can really see that metallic look here. The next four are more brighter, more fuchsia pinks, and some really fun plums and deeper purples. And these four are going to be a little bit less metallic. I think they're a bit more wearable especially for people that don't want too strong of a metallic or too strong of a luster finish. I think you're going to really enjoy these, especially these brighter ones for summer. So the first one I want to mention is Macaron. This is the one I have most prominently on my lips with just a little bit of Debutante. And this one has definitely been my most worn. I think it's just so fun for spring and summer. It has such great dimension and a little bit of metallic luster sheen and a great pop of color, but it's not too overwhelming. Like, I feel like I can wear it with a lot of different looks, so I've really been enjoying that. The next kind of you're getting more towards the plummy or purple side of things. This is one of the only ones in the collection that doesn't have a golden yellow kind of base. This one actually has more of a purpley, lustery shimmer to it. This one is called Dream House. And it definitely is more blue toned. You will see that in a second here. It is very, very pretty. This one really makes your teeth look nice and white because of that great undertone of that kind of more of a blue purpley tone sheen, metallic sheen. The others, because they are more golden yellow undertone, they can tend to make your your teeth look a little yellow. Not to the extreme where I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna wear that. Just be aware. The next one is Violet, which it is a straight up more almost neon violet. Now this is one I had an issue with. This one and Peony, the very first one I showed you, I had an issue with getting an even application. This one was a little disappointing for me, to be honest, because I was looking for a bam pow factor with this and I really had to build it. But then again, the other thing that's kind of nice about it being a little bit more buildable is that if you want to kind of wear something fun and bright like this, but you don't want to have it be bam in your face, you could have it be more of a sheer. So I guess it's a positive and a negative again, but this formula also is not as much of a metallic sheen to it. I noticed that very much so on my lips. I was like, it looks more like glossy, a little bit of shine, a little bit of metallic, but nothing to the extreme like the others are. And the last and final one is Jelly. Now this is so pretty. I really like this. It's a very deep plummy shade. I think it looks really flattering. It almost has like a berry undertone as well. That was kind of a big swatch. But that is super, super pretty as well. I will do some close-ups now. So we have Macaron, Dream House, Violet, and Jelly. So I hope this review was somewhat helpful for you guys, whether it was picking the right shade for you from the lip swatches or just getting a really more of an idea of how these really wear and what my thoughts were on them. Also, the VIB sale is going on at Sephora right now, so if you're thinking about trying one of these, now's the time to do it. It's 15% off if you're a VIB or VIB Rouge. You should have been sent that in an email or through the mail. These are $21 a piece, so it would be nice to get a discount on them. Also, I just want to quickly mention, I should have done this in the beginning, but I did receive these from Too Faced. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen me post about them already. This is not sponsored, however, and this is 100% my honest opinion. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!